Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrainingsolutions.com on a Tuesday, 23rd April. Um, yeah, we're getting a nice bounce. I wrote about it over the weekend. I thought we would probably be ready for a bounce. A lot of the cues came into a gap area and so forth. Let's get right into the charts again. Subscribe to the newsletter. Give me a thumbs up. Put some commentary in the chat there. Let's go ahead and get right into the charts. And, we're right up against some critical levels. Let's start with the charts here and go through. We've got Tesla reporting tonight. That really is not going to be I don't think it's going to have a lot of bearing on the overall averages. But starting tomorrow afternoon with with Meta, and then the big one I think is Microsoft and Google on Thursday after the close, and then we go into the core PC, the inflation number on Friday. That's going to be the big one, in terms of catalyst. So watching that as well. So again, the S&P. Let's start with that. Right up against the resistance level here. It's a resistance level. Whether we get through that, you can see it's not really a level per se. It's more of a resistance level. So there is going to be, you can see we're pausing right here, trying to what's going to push us through that. If we push through that, I think we got a good shot at probably 5,200 on the S&P. Sunday we gapped higher and basically came and filled that little tiny gap from Sunday, and kind of faded yesterday, but I think faked a lot of people out, and now we're back, basically right up against resistance. So we'll see how, obviously we're going to need a good response from some of these mega caps and the core PCE number on Friday. We also have a GDP on Thursday too. Overall rates are behaving so far. They're kind of just hanging around here. Haven't reached the 470. I think that's the next key level. The other indexes similarly, you've got the NASDAQ up against these kind of ugly resistance levels, and you can see it's kind of struggling to get through these. Some of the NVIDIA did have a really nice recovery above 800, and it is approaching this similar kind of resistance level up here, old support resistance, and you can make a case of this being a supply zone in NVIDIA around 837. We didn't quite get up there today. It's closing right on the highs. We had a pretty strong day. As I mentioned, we are long calls on AMD kind of in relation to this, and we're looking to possibly see if we can get some put play on NVIDIA up here if it rallies up into this area here. Clearly, it's that's where it broke down from. So that would be a classic pull back into that area. So we'll see what happens there. Russell also had a nice day into a level, it's pulling back away from that. Everything else really not a lot to, rates, as I mentioned, just kind of sitting around here. The dollar pulling back a little bit. We've got some level here on the dollar. And we do have Bank of Japan Thursday. That's at an all-time low. British pound coming into some, British pound's starting to heat up a little bit. Gold mentioned the support area. We did break down. We're coming right back and testing it. It looks to me like gold may be topping out here a little bit. So is silver. Silver went to the $30 mark, and it's got some levels coming up here, but very, very choppy, as you can see here. It kind of broke down a little bit away from that level 28 and went down about $1, and it's starting to come back up again. There's some levels below that I'm more interested in there. Also, similar, oil just continues to churn here at support levels. Very, very choppy. Nothing really, unless you're trading support and resistance kind of thing. That's really all there is on oil. In fact, oil, you can make the case, just came down to this support area here. kind of. This is what's tricky about this. I was looking at $80 a barrel. Looks like it's shooting right back up again. Who knows? This has been all over the map. Also interesting is the nat gas market. Looks like that may be looking for a breakout as well, above 212 on the June contract as well. And then also just real quick mention here, similarly, grains are starting to perk up, especially wheat starting to perk up a little bit. So these are markets we'll be looking here with our members to see what happens with those. So just to sum things up, is this obviously the question is, the bears will tell you that the resurgence in the bearish camp will tell you that this is a correction along that. The bulls will tell you that this is the correction over along that this sequence here, this longer term bull run. So we're in that battleground again. We're kind of in that trying to figure out what's the next move here. We could in fact start range trading massively as well, especially coming into Apple earnings and whatever. So underlying in the surface, there's still a bunch of rotation. Financials are still doing great. JPM was up, as I mentioned on Friday. All the financials are still doing great. Energy stocks are doing pretty good. So it's still a mixed bag under the surface. There's still a lot of rotation going on. So that's really going to hold the key, is how the underlying stocks do relative to their highs and lows. So overall, I think the mega caps coming in on Thursday are going to have some say in where the averages go, and ultimately that core PCE, if it comes in lower, I think we can get another blast off and possibly even go up, maybe test these highs again. Okay. All right. Again, sign up for the newsletter. Give me a thumbs up, and I will see you on Friday after the core PCE. That's going to be probably the big one of the week. Okay. Take care. Have a good night.